Welcome back for another episode of the Clashing Conferences podcast, basketball edition.
Tony P in the house.
Tony P in the house. Woo! Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, I think we're all playing tonight. Big day tonight. I think we're all.
Everybody in the NBA is playing tonight.
Everybody in the NBA. Boston got what? They got Wemby.
Well, they were up 25. They were up 25 when we started. So,
who Boston was?
Yeah,
figures.
Obviously.
And who's you playing? Who's the Bucks playing?
We're playing Minnesota. We'll talk about it. I got a lot to say on the Bucks because we
gotta let Dave do the introduction. We're all getting excited and jumping the gun here.
I know, but I didn't want to step in the way of that.
Basketball season now. Football's in the past. We can move on to basketball and enjoy it. Let's go.
We still got a parade coming on Friday.
That's
I think
old
some
news.
some of you might have moved on from football weeks ago.
I have, but it's old news. It's old news. That was almost a week ago, I think. I don't know. Come on, let's go.
All right. Just remember our sponsor. It is, somebody say the name again.
Sparo Hair Studio.
Sparo Hair Studio.
Oh, man. Did you get a haircut yet? Obviously
Dave,
not.
what are we, Dave? What are we, Dave?
Dave. Huh?
What are we?
What are we?
Yeah, what are we doing right now? What is this?
I said that we already did that. That's the part I did.
We already did that, Matt. We did that.
You guys
Sports Fan Network.
Somebody tried to throw community in there this week, and it was just like, I don't know if I'm ready for all
That's
that.
too many C's.
We had too much of a problem the first time I ever said network, and everybody was like, oh my God, what's a network? Now we're going to be a community too. I don't know if
that's
people
one
can
of our
handle that.
best. That's one of our best ads out. That's one of my favorites.
It really is.
I know.
Is this how we wave to each other, or what are we doing?
Whatever. We'll come up with something. In our community. All right, Dave, would you like to get us rolling here, buddy?
Yeah, I've tried twice, and you guys just keep stepping all over.
We missed each other.
I'm just going to do the smash the like button. If you like us, look us up. There's more opportunity for more groups like this. So reach out to the content manager. There's a link. Now you guys can just take it away. Just do your dumb shit.
All right,
Nobody wants to talk.
No,
I definitely don't want to start.
Topher!
Hey, buddy.
Topher.
What's up, Rick?
How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm recuperating.
From?
A butt whooping we got the other day, and I thought of something. Early in that game, Precious got food poisoning again because Tatum yammed on him, and I thought of what you said the week before, and I was confused. But yeah, there was a nice one early in that game, and I thought of that exact moment once again. It was like deja vu. Yep. Yeah, I'm all right,
God.
man. Hey, I told you. Go ahead. You start. You start, and I'll take my beating.
Well, no, I'm curious, honestly, because I want to know what you think, because I want to know if we're still living in this world of delusion where we think
It's not delusion. It's the same. It's the same.
We're
I'm in the
talking
same
about
boat.
Topher here. It's delusion.
It's not. It's fandom.
Okay,
It's
well,
fandom.
Okay.
so
It
the
isn't.
Celtics
I'm in
are
the
a
same
good team.
boat.
I think we can all agree
They do,
on that,
and
right?
I know what he's going to say. He's going to say Porzingis was out, and I think didn't you have somebody else out? You had
Reaves out.
Who?
Holiday.
Yeah, Holiday was out. But it's going to be the same problem with us until we get everybody back, until we get a full unit.
It's not the problem. The
It's the
problem is that
problem.
the Celtics have superstars.
Hey, but listen, Mike, that's the thing. Last year on this pod, when Matt was on, he talked about how he was dying to have a parade, and if this team don't finally do it, it takes time. This team has only been assembled for a half a season, and we haven't even had our entire bench yet. You laugh at me all the time about Mitch. Mitch is one of the best offensive rebounders in the entire NBA when he's playing, and he protects the rim. That's a huge piece. That's another 6 fouls. He's one of the best defenders, and he's an awesome guy on the glass. You're going to add that in when you already got Josh Hart killing it, getting darn near a triple-double every night. It's a big difference. It's a big addition. Plus, with OG
Dude,
out,
Towns was looking good last night. Towns threw up 40 last night.
Towns looked great. Mike says he's not a superstar. I think he's now a superstar now that he's on the net. That's what Tibbs does. He brings the best
he's
out of
starting
it.
an All-Star game.
First time ever. 5-year
First time
All-Star,
ever.
I
first
think
time.
for at least a month now, we've been hearing about a slightly above average backup center that's going to save your season.
He's going to be did Karan talk about it at all? Did you bring it up to him at all? I got to watch. I cannot wait to hear.
I do not believe he mentioned anything about Mitchell saving the next season. No.
All right. It's a huge piece. If he comes back healthy, look out. I'm telling you.
Topher, let me ask you this though with your man Cat. How did it feel watching him get moved like a chair getting pushed in under the table when our man Cato was in there just boxing him out with one hand?
We were terrible. It was a bad both times. I mean, it's saying something because both times we played you, we started bad, we shot terrible. Now we don't shoot that bad every night. I mean, you know that. Like Brunson was off for like 3 or 4 days. He's on tonight. It's just
he was off last night. He killed me on a parlay.
He was terrible.
Jesus.
He was horrible.
Bridges too. Bridges
every
can't get more
time-
than 6 points again. You gave
Right,
him
but that's-
16 draft
that's-
picks
that's-
for a guy who
that's-
can't get 10 points.
I don't want to make this Knicks all night, but that's what's great about our
I
team.
don't know.
Any
Talk
given
about
night.
the Celtics for 2 seconds.
Yeah, you're right. I do. I will talk about Knicks
I'll
all night.
defer, boys. I'll defer.
But listen,
We gotta pass the ball.
any given night, anybody can score 20, 30. Last night, Josh Hart had 30 and he had 40. The two of them had 70 points.
Peyton
On any
Pritchard might
given
go
night,
off for
those guys
30
can
on
also score 5.
What's that? Say that
There's
again?
nights where there's any given night, those same guys could score 5 because they stink.
They don't
Dude, the
stink.
Knicks are
They're
the
all
Knicks are
averaging
like 37 and 16, guys.
They're
Come
all
on.
averaging double
Let's be
digits,
real.
Mike. All 5
I would love
starters.
to have
You're
the
a
Knicks
hater,
roster.
man.
Right, because
It's
you're
all
at the
right.
bottom of the Eastern Conference. That's
Look
why
it up.
Tony,
You
the Bucks
got
are
to
trash.
look it up, man. You
Okay,
got to look
can
it
I
up.
ask a question about the Celtics that I've been politely
Yes, I'm
waiting
gonna.
to ask?
Yes, congratulations on your butt whip, and I'll see you in the playoffs. Simple as
7
that.
game series, Topher. You got to win 4 times to win
I
a
think
series,
we can
right?
beat anybody in a 7-game
All right.
series. Go ahead, Tony P.
Matt, so I've been following the Celtics a lot this year, and I've been kind of betting on them a lot. I feel like the Celtics play up to their competition a lot. Like they worry me more when they're playing like the Hornets than when they're playing the Knicks right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and we're not going to play the Hornets in the playoffs. Who's Matt, by the way? I'm not Matt. I'm Rick. Get that right.
I got it right.
Okay, sorry, Ricky Ricardo. All right.
Ricky Ricardo.
You got to play somebody in the first series. You got
Listen.
once you play like the Hawks or somebody in the first series, then like you're not worried about somebody like that. Like
No.
if you play,
No. And again, I'll tell you why. Because we have guys that can step up on any given night, and we can have 2 guys that make $30 million a year sit on the bench and have some guys come in and smash you right in the mouth. Peyton Pritchard, he looked like he went on fire in NBA Jam the way he was hitting shots on them. And you can have anybody come off the bench and give you Cornette. My man Cornette, been saying his name for years now. I love me a center that can come off your bench and go 5 for 5 and get you 10 rebounds. Just comes in, does great work, gets off the court. I begged for that for years, and now we have it. So with that said, I'm confident. You're right, though, Tony. We love to play down to our competition at the same time. We're not going to see those bums in the playoffs. So there you go.
and also I just want to say
You don't
got to
worry about Philly. You don't got to worry about the Hornets.
Philly. Look at Joel. He's so scared now. He's got the yips.
He got a new name. He got a new name. It ain't M bitch anymore. It's Mbu. They were building him last night. He had a wide open shot. He could have won the game, and he fumbled it away. Awful. He sucks.
Who are you? I've been seeing a lot of Tatum too, taking shots in the fourth quarter right now. He's monster in the fourth quarter money right now. Who you like? You got a shot in the fourth quarter. You think anybody better than Tatum right now? Because
dude,
he's hitting clutch shots right now.
He looked ridiculous against us the other night. Like it was crazy.
It doesn't.
Superstar.
Nobody was missing that night, though. Nobody was missing that night. That's what I was saying. Like I don't like that. Like when we played you both times, you lit us up, and that's not how we play defense. We also were don't have our best defender and our second best defender, but you gotta play next man up, and that's what's good. We're not deep. We're not deep like you guys. We're not there yet.
I gotta be honest too. If you really do take a look at these guys and the physicality of them, like Brown and Tatum, not for nothing, look like wrestlers. Now I'm not saying
huge.
that, like as in your guys, like Mikal Bridges is little skinny twig. I don't know if you played sports.
I agree. I agree. Right? When we match up against them, we look like midgets. I get it.
Exactly. And we have the size. And if these guys know how big they are and they know how to use their size to their advantage, driving the lane. I mean, look at LeBron. Look at what he did. He would just drive and people would bounce off of him because of how big he was. So if these guys play like that, good luck. That's what I'm saying. Your team is good, but they're not as big and you can't teach size. So
You
go
can't.
Celtics.
You
It's
can't.
all about matchups. You get the right draws, you don't got to worry about it. You get
And the
someone
two
like the
guys that I'm
Pacers
crying
last
about
night.
missing are like the biggest guys that we have on our roster other than Cat. But Cat don't play like that. He's not going to bang with you like that. He's playing better D, I think, now than he did when he wasn't with us, but it's more of a team game. That's the intensity that Tibbs has you play with, and you kind of just like fall in line. But he's not dominating the court by any means defensively. But that's what OG does. That's what Mitchell Robinson does, and that's why Mitch is an important asset to our team. When we play somebody like you or play somebody like Embiid, he did well against Embiid when he was healthy. I mean, we need him. We definitely need him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like Giannis. Like we have nothing for Giannis if we don't have OG or Mitchell Robinson. We don't.
Tony, tell me about Giannis.
I mean, so we're in the dog days of summer, unfortunately, in the NBA.
Dog
So my
days of the
players are taking a
NBA.
little break. I saw today Damian Lillard decided to take off today because the All Star game was a little more important. So I'm a little perturbed about that. While my team's sliding, we're falling apart like at a rapid pace, and I don't
This
know
is
how
much sooner
schedules
than last
work.
year.
I don't know how they get to pick how we play Western Conference teams every game, but we've been in a Western Conference road trip for about 3 weeks now, and we can't get out of it. The only win we have, literally, since the last time I talked to you, was one win against the New Orleans Hornets. So we're not doing good right now.
You're
We're
welcome.
falling apart. Legs are falling off right now, and we just
That's what you
traded.
bring to the pod, man. You give us an easy dub.
Hey, we're still in season champions, the last team in the NBA to
Shut
win a
Nah.
your mouth.
championship.
Shut your
I
mouth.
feel
So
like right
You're gonna
before
say
this
that on the show
slide,
again.
I feel like right before
Cut
this
it out.
slide though, Giannis was going off, and you guys did have a nice little win streak. I feel like
that's what. So
Dame was
now
starting to find his streak there. I thought you looked pretty. I mean,
So I'm not concerned
what
about the
changed?
injuries. Like I totally feel like the injuries are let's give these players like the extra 2 week break with the All Star break. Like I totally feel that. But they're sliding, man. They're not even like in these games, man. They're down losing by 20 points a game every week.
Mm.
And I want to talk about, so I didn't get to talk about it last week because I was not here. R.I.P. Chris Middleton, definitely OG Bucks Hall of Famer. Love him, but it was the right time, had to go. Unfortunately, like, obviously, like, I don't love the return. Kyle Kuzma is not my favorite player to get for Kuzma, but I look at who's out there. And I mean, we had to get younger, and it got us in. I don't understand the NBA and their finances, how teams can be in different tiers, but it got us into the tier lower. So maybe that helps us in some sort of flexibility. But my team's falling apart. I'm telling you. And if we don't, and it's scary because we might not make the playoffs, and that's scary.
Didn't
Uh,
this all start when you signed Doc?
we thought that last year. We all said that was
You
like
were in
the
second
big
place all year in the Eastern Conference. You guys
sign
signed
Doc.
Doc. You
But
pooped your pants
man,
on the
what
last
is
day of the season.
I want it like I unless Doc's making the roster, we're in cap hell. Like I don't get it. Like all I keep hearing is finances is we're in cap hell. Like we can't sign anybody. We have
You
no
broke.
draft tape.
You broke. You ain't got no money. No,
Give us
you broke.
We got no
Giannis.
money. Yeah, we got no
You're
money. We're
paying
broke.
8 coaches.
Give us Giannis and just tear it down and start over.
I like Doc. When I watch the Bucks games, I like what Doc's doing, and I I mean you can't help that you like they get the only thing the Bucks have ever done is they get these guys who are 3 point specialists on the cheap. 3 point specialists. And they shoot wide open threes and they miss wide open threes. And when your stars aren't playing, your stars aren't playing. And when you're playing the loaded Western Conference every week and their stars are playing and they can score 130 points a game and we can't,
You're in the
you
East.
lose. It's tough. I don't know what to say right now.
Yeah, he's saying he's on
There's
that West
really no
Coast
plan on it, just
run right
saying
now.
the hope is we're healthy in the playoffs, and then that's our only shot right now.
Where are you currently at?
So right now we're about 27 and 24 range, like 3 games under. we were like 4th in the East, but I mean, I assume we got to be like 6th or 7th the way they've been playing right
Man,
now.
I think the Sixers are what? Sixers are like a game and a half out, and I think they're behind the Bulls. Or I think are the Bulls in the playoffs right now?
No,
Are they in the
Bulls are
No,
playoffs?
but they
tanking
get
right
beat
now.
by 50 something in the first
Yeah,
half.
Bulls are tanking right
Yeah,
now.
that was ugly last night.
Uh-huh.
Michael,
My nephew's a Pistons fan too. He was going off.
Michael, I feel like everybody's listening to our podcast because have you started to hear the traction about the Hornets maybe looking to get rid of LaMelo or move on?
No, I've not heard anything. Well, I mean, I saw one article about that, but no, we're not getting rid of Melo.
Mike, can I get some inside scoop information of what's going on with this trade right now? Because last time I saw you were excited, you got 1 million draft picks, and then maybe I saw he was like kind of a bum, so they like didn't want him, and then the
No,
coming
man,
back and the
I
Hornets
like
were
Mark
so
Williams a
mad that he
lot.
was a bum that they decided to sue. Like,
I
what's
like
going on
Mark
with
Williams
that?
a lot, but I also like the package we got back from the Lakers a lot for him. The Lakers gave up more than they should have, without a doubt, in that deal. And I think the Lakers got cold feet. You know, Lakers were starting to get ridiculed even by some of their fans for
I
giving
texted
up
you
too
that.
much for Mark Williams.
Yeah, Josh
Yeah, your
wasn't happy
buddy was
about it.
giving you a hard time about it.
Yeah, and I
Um,
was trying to stick up for
there
you,
were some
but
Lakers fans that weren't happy with that. And I think the Lakers got cold feet and tried to use this physical to back out of it, because the reason why they failed him for the physical wasn't even like why he'd been hurt recently. He'd been hurt for his back and I think maybe a leg. And like they're claiming that, like, they haven't even said publicly, the Lakers have not said what specifically they had a problem with in the physical. But the Hornets are calling him out. They're like, "This is bullshit. Like, you gotta give us more reason than just you don't like his physical. You gotta tell us why." You know. So now I'm watching the Hornets right now. Unless the new guy, those guys go back and play for the Lakers tonight, like Connect and the other guy that was traded, they're all still sitting waiting for this to get resolved right now.
So where are they?
wow.
They're not on the not
They're
playing,
back with their
obviously.
own teams. Mark Williams
Okay.
went back to the Hornets, and
Are
the
they
other two
dressed
guys
tonight?
went back to the Lakers. But no, I don't know if they dressed. They're not playing yet. Lakers don't play for a couple more hours, so it's
Yeah,
been a
Luca
couple
might
of
not
days
play.
now. They've both teams have had games. These guys should have been playing for their teams again, and I think because of the whole thing about, complaining back and forth about who's at fault and what's really going on, nobody's playing yet.
Get it? They need a big man anyway. Why wouldn't they want Williams? Like, why? Who cares? Like, why wouldn't they get him? I mean, they need a
Well,
big
if
guy. They
if
look good
Because
the
he
other
if
night with
sucks.
Luca.
if you really think that there's a problem with the physical, you can understand that.
All right.
But I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
if you can't prove there was a problem with the physical, you got to honor that trade, man.
Yeah.
that's
That'll be
interesting.
good for their locker room.
The Lakers did just go sign Alex Len, who is a very big center. He was
I
a
didn't
free
know that.
agent. He's not like he's a great player, but he's a serviceable NBA center. He's big enough.
He
He's
sucks.
been
He
around for 10
sucks.
years or
That
whatever.
guy's he was like a
Yeah,
top
he's
5
not.
pick. He sucks.
He was on the street, Tony. They weren't going to
Because
find
he sucks.
anybody that
He was
Exactly.
a
He
was.
was on the
top 5
street.
pick like 3 years
They
ago.
needed a
Guys.
big man. They
Yeah, like
needed a
there was
serviceable
nobody
big
else
man.
available better.
They're not asking him to score or nothing. They're just asking him to fill the lane and block some shots and rebound. Like he got Luca and LeBron.
I mean, anything with the Lakers doesn't have
Luca's
to do
not
with
playing
Alex
tonight
Len.
already, but I do want to ask you guys. AD showed out in the first
Oh,
half.
I
I
want
know,
to talk about that.
but
Definitely
look,
want
dude,
to
he
talk
showed
about
Are you
out.
that.
really
Oh
going
my
to tell us
God.
Get
about
all
another
those
player that
bad
had a good
takes
half
out of
of
the
a
way right
game?
away.
I just want to ask you guys
Topher.
because I honestly don't know what happened after that. But did you see him going off and
It's
then
been
like yelling to
happening for
the?
years, Topher. What do
He
you
was
mean you
yelling to
don't
the
know it's
crowd,
been
"I'm
happening?
here now. I'm here now."
Yeah,
Topher,
yeah.
he
And then
had
he got
a
hurt.
groin injury last week.
Oh,
I'm sorry, you got me. You got me.
You've
so
been doing so
listen.
good this year.
So what's
I didn't
going
get to
on?
talk about the trade last week. That
What's
was
going on with AD?
insane, you guys defending how he was going to be a serviceable piece and how Dallas could still be better off and have a shot. And he played 24 minutes so far. They
Yeah, me
traded
and
their
Juice agreed
best
on that.
franchise
And I'm
player
going to tell
for
you,
24.
until he got hurt, they were looking
He was
damn good
hurt
together. But
already.
I mean, he
Unreal.
left
I
his
don't know
car
what you're. I don't
running when he got
understand. I
to
don't
the
understand what
arena.
you're going
He
off
didn't even
about.
take the keys out.
Anyway, can somebody answer my question? How is he bad? Like what is the
He's
I
out for weeks. He's out
yeah.
for weeks.
I didn't see.
He's
I didn't
out for the
see.
rest of the season.
Wow. 24 minutes.
Well,
He was killing
He's
it too,
out for
though,
the rest.
man.
He is out for they're saying a month, but you know how the NBA is. Like Dallas is just like
Oh, yeah, they're
Martin. They're
done.
on like a 14-game losing streak.
Yeah, they're done. You got to admit, for that first half, he was looking good out there, man. I
That
was happy
24
for him.
minutes, man. But
Dude, the crowd
You
was.
are the king of people being great for one half of a game.
Now stop. AD is good, and I just was like, I was hyped for him. He was going off, and then he got hurt. I didn't realize he was hurt like that bad. I didn't follow up, but that sucks, man.
yeah,
do you
who
think
could have
of-
saw that coming? So,
What do you think of Luke and LeBron together, Tony? You think it's going to work? Do you think they're going to like figure it out? Because they were doing all right this year. They were like,
this is the end. This isn't the NFL. We're not on college football podcast. This is the NBA where storylines are made. The NBA wants the Lakers in the championship. Lakers, Celtics, Lakers, Knicks. Like they want LeBron in there. This is handmade.
I like the way you think, Tony P.
you guys think they have a roster that could get to the finals for real?
I
for
don't.
real?
I don't.
No.
I
No.
do.
He's the one telling me it's the NBA and telling me they're going all the way. I don't think.
Listen.
thought-
The Lakers are on ESPN just about every night. I don't know why I've watched more Lakers than I have any team in the NBA this season. The Lakers are good, and they were good before Luka. Right now I think they've won 10 of their last 11 games. Austin Reaves is somehow a superstar in the NBA.
He's
Dude,
killing it.
He's balling, man. Yeah,
And I don't know.
I hear it every
know
day
you
from
said
my
his name.
nephews
If
and
he
Josh.
goes back to the Lakers, Dalton Connect was going to be all rookie, probably first team all rookie this year. He's a beast. They got Jordan Hayes. He's probably their big guy.
And that's why
that
they were
plays
mad,
for
Mike.
Jackson
They didn't want to
Hayes.
lose
He's a
him.
beast. I mean, the Lakers are there, and the West is it's open. Like OKC
they can
is the
compete with
best team, but
OKC.
OKC
They-
has flaws, and they're all
Lakers are
going to
not
beat each
going to
other
have.
up.
They lose to the Nuggets. The Nuggets always beat them.
So I think it's all about matchups. And the Lakers did it last time they won a championship. They just hit all the right matchups, the right injuries. That's how it is in that.
They were that team. They had so many centers. They had all big men. They had Davis and they had Howard and they had McGee and everybody was a giant on that team. I feel like they have no centers. So
They got Alex Len.
they got Alex Len. They picked him up on the way to Sabaros. They told him to get in the car.
Yep.
And LeBron, I'm telling you, man. And LeBron, like,
you guys act like LeBron can't play the 5 position. Like LeBron can play any
That's
position.
what they need to be doing, Tony.
Right.
They need to get him out
yeah,
there as
they don't
Magic
understand it.
Johnson
Well,
playing the
score
5.
200 Like score 140 points a
sure,
game.
I'm sure playoff time, and if they got to resort to that, they will. But you honestly think he's going to carry all the way through the playoffs? He can't carry that team all through the playoffs, man. They're not built. He gets on me about the Knicks. That team is not built to go through the West. Stop.
I don't disagree with you, but I think LeBron's a better player than anybody on the Knicks right now.
Oh, stop it.
If I had one guy on my team to play one game, I'm picking LeBron way over anybody over on the Knicks.
Well, I'm just saying, we were having that stupid argument in the group text. I wouldn't make any trades or anything. If you want to give us LeBron and put him on our squad, sure, but I'm not trading any of my future away for LeBron James.
I agree, but this
you
season,
shouldn't. But if you had LeBron on, you act like he's
for
nothing.
1 year?
Like
For 1 year, bring him on
and
and
get rid of him. If he was on your
who?
team this year and the rest of your team was as is, you would be a championship team. He would change your team that much.
LeBron looked pretty good in Madison.
On a heartbeat, I would just add him.
He threw up 45
I would add him.
to go in New York.
Luckily, he's in the West, so don't have to deal with that.
Like, I love Josh Hart. I'd give him Josh Hart for him, but I wouldn't give him Cat. I wouldn't give him Brunson. I wouldn't give him Mikal right now. Well, maybe, yeah. I'd probably keep Josh Hart and give him Bridges.
You're out of control.
But
I trade for Bronny and
if you want to do a hypothetical, but you ain't touching Brunson, you ain't touching Cat. That's the centerpiece. And I really don't want to give up Josh Hart. I feel like you have to have him. Like, I would give up Bridges. I like him, but
Topher, for real. Like, I know a hypothetical would get kind of.
I wouldn't give him OG for
Josh Hart for LeBron James. Are you kidding?
Right
me?
now?
Like, right now.
This second? I can't. I got to think of the future, Tony. I don't want to just.
Clickbait.
He don't want to win
Thinking about the
championships,
future.
Tony.
Do you
He's
know
not
how
interested in
I just
championships.
told him
He
I'd give
just
him.
wants to have a
shoot.
Villanova
Literally
connection.
the
I told him.
most
I'd give you
superstar in the
Bridges. I'd
world.
give you Bridges. I'd give you Bridges. Now I think I would have to do that. Like if you, like Mike said, if you could add him right now, like to win now, and I keep Brunson and I keep Cat. Yeah, I think everybody else you could give them anybody else. 100%.
Thank you for admitting that. For real. Thank you.
I just love Josh Hart, so I wouldn't want to do that.
I don't blame you. He's a dog. Josh Hart's
Remember
one
last
of my
year?
favorite
Remember last
players
year?
to
Mike
watch
told
in
me he
the
sucked. Remember when Corey on the Chicago episode tried to tell me Levine was better than Josh Hart? Stop it.
No one
Stop
saw
it.
the Chicago episode.
No, but everybody in this room knows what he said, and it was stupid.
Jover, I full-heartedly in the NBA. I mean, I obviously like I am not a physical specimen like these players in the NBA, but if you crash rebounds like every game and you like put full effort in, like you would have Josh Hart's stats. Like he gets so many rebounds just from
He
nobody
plays
boxing
harder than
out.
anybody.
Like
He plays
literally, he'll
like
run from the 3-point line, just get it in front of everybody.
44 to 46 minutes, and he plays the way Westbrook plays all the time. He's like 100 mile an hour all the time, and he's I love him, man. He's the heart and soul of our team. Like you gotta have
That
Josh.
got spanked by 31.
I see what you
Yeah,
did there,
we
Hart.
didn't have everybody yet, dude. It's like we gotta have our squad. This team is built to win, but you gotta have them. And it took you years, dude. You were crying last year saying, "Oh, this team's never going to win. When are they going to win? When are they going to get over the hump?" I was calling Tatum soft, remember? And then you won.
I did.
And
I mean,
then
they
when you
won
win,
they
the
won.
championship the year
and then
before
it changes
that, but
everything. And then it changes everything. And then honestly, I will say this too: when Tatum went to the All Star game and not the All Star game, the USA, and they kind of shunned him there a little bit. I think he is playing. He did finally bring that edge this year. I didn't see that edge in him before.
Be
That's
scared.
last year you don't think you saw it?
Not like that. I used to tell my dad too. This was prior. This is a couple years ago. I used to tell him like, when's he going to like? He loves Kobe. When's he going to bring that Mamba mentality? I feel like he's finally getting there. And I think
Yeah,
it was
they're
more.
friggin' wrestlers now.
I think it was more Curve than it was the championship. I'm telling you, man. I think I pissed him off. I think White was playing more than him in the USA,
He did.
and that's awful. But I do
Dave,
like him.
what's
Too.
halftime?
You guys
I
are
need a
stacked,
drink.
dude. You
I
guys
need a
are
drink and a
stacked.
Yeah.
bathroom break.
Yep, we're right on a break. So,
Thanks, Dave.
Dave,
anybody have
welcome
anything they
back.
want to close with?
Dave's
Got you
awake.
here.
That's good. Bring me a hot cocoa, please.
It's a long journey.
Okay. Are you going to the parade?
Let's take, huh?
Are you going to the parade?
Now I'm going to be in New Orleans.
Cheese and crepes.
You're going to New Orleans a week after the Super Bowl. Everybody was in New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't know how it
to
worked
miss
out
the
that way.
parade in Philly. Oh, what terrible timing!
I like what Greg said last night. 1.5 million people and no way out. Not for me. Yeah.
Dude,
I
New
wouldn't do it.
Orleans is awesome. There is no place I would rather be trapped in the world than New Orleans.
They're talking about not going to the parade in their hometown, Tony.
Well,
Yeah.
that's insanity.
It takes a minute. He'll catch up. All right, let's get to our break. Thanks for listening.
Go Knicks.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
That's gonna come back and haunt somebody. No, they're quick. They're quick. Easy one goes bye-bye. And we're back. Oh, got you there. Gotta be on your toes for season 2, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very, very special edition of Matt Libs tonight. And that is because, we are now coming around the bend. We've finished the second season of football. We are on the second season of basketball, which means that we can honestly say now that we have season 1s of our shows in the rear view. And so with that said, just like any other sports show or thing involving sports, we have to have awards. We have to have awards.
Uh,
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I give you the Clashing Conferences award show.
all right.
And you gentlemen are going to get to vote or decide, because I've decided that you get to decide. So, Topher,
Like it.
let's start with you.
All right, sir. What you got?
Rookie of the Year. We have Cody, Lewis, Patty, and two-way Tony.
Rookie of the year. Is it just my vote? It's just me. I get it. Like I
I'm
make
going to
this
let you just
decision.
do your thing, and then if these boys want to chime in after, they can.
We can rebuttal a little bit. Say Patty Bailey. I'm going to say
Okay.
Patty. I think he's brought a lot to the conference. To the community, and then on top of it, to take on hosting right away. I think he's been doing a great job since he's been here, and he represents us with class and puts a lot of work in, and he's passionate. Yeah, I would give it to Patty Bailey.
Okay.
How you guys feel about that?
Patty's
I mean-
part of the Grimace movement. You know he got my vote.
There you go.
I mean, as someone who's been on a show with Patty, that guy can host his balls off, man. I'm telling you right now, Patty is a wealth of information. He knows every team,
He is.
every player, every mascot, every fun fact. Pat, I don't know how you can't give it to anybody other than Pat.
All right. Unanimous, baby. Like a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Dave?
I would go with him. Louis would be my
Somebody's got to
runner-up.
say no. If Eli can't get in first vote, then Patty can't get in first vote. Somebody's got to say no.
It's on you,
My
Dave.
personal vote was Cody, but that's because he reminds me of a childhood
There
friend,
we
Zach
go.
Skeeter. So he just makes me laugh. So
Yeah.
Ichiro didn't got 100%. Patty's not getting 100%.
Yeah, I don't have
Dave,
to add.
you are next up. Dave, biggest troll.
What?
Randy.
He's not even on the list.
Oh, sorry. I'll wait for my options.
I mean, I think that's got to have.
Thought it was fill in the
right
blank.
So
He was
you
doing like
have
real
biggest-
ad libs or mat libs.
Biggest-
What are they called? What are they really called?
It's Matt Lib, so it can be whatever I want it to be. So you know what I mean? There's no rules. There's no rules. What are the rules? Dave, biggest troll. You have Topher, Matt, Lewis, and Paul.
Ooh.
It's got to be Paul there, right?
Yeah, it's hands down.
I mean, Lewis. Steve seems to think Lewis. I don't.
Yeah, I think Paul.
Lewis
I'm
chirps
gonna-
a lot in the
Paul.
chat, so that's one component. But also, Topher really leaned into the troll role on the football pod this year. So
I mean, I would
I had
definitely
to
say
say
Matt Knoll, but that's 36 years of torture and tormenting and trolling, so that might factor into it a little bit. But
Yeah.
Tony,
I know there's controversy.
Tony, who got you on the-
I'm sticking with Paul.
I'm sorry, Dave, I cut you off. Go ahead.
I'm sticking with Paul.
Yeah, Paul hates everybody. He's the biggest troll.
Mm.
Paul don't like anybody.
That's fair. All right, let's see. Mike, we'll save that for later. Hold on. Mike. Considering that you've been on all of them, the most entertaining podcast award goes to Season 1 football, Season 1 basketball, Season 1 baseball, or Season 1 redheaded stepchild, aka whatever the hell it's called this week, conference podcast thingamajig.
Is the redheaded stepchild the members?
yeah,
I guess.
members.
Might be the members, man.
Really?
Those guys
That is
have been a lot of
wild card
fun.
for
I'm
you.
not gonna lie. I called bullshit when Steven was, before I ever joined them, and Steve, our content manager, was saying how good it was going and they were having the best shows, and I was like, ain't no way they're better than
Hey,
us.
you did say that. You even gave
those
him a
guys
trophy.
are crushing it, and they're a good time. All of them. That whole crew is doing really well, and it's fun hanging out with them.
So you're gonna come back? We're gonna do some NCAA tournament ones.
Well, I hope so.
All right.
So.
I figured you go with the flow of what's going on, right? So it would be the tournament and it would be NBA basketball. That'd be, yeah. And Cody, yeah, you're right. He's a close second. Cody brings a lot of energy. And he's a trip, man.
Yep.
And Anthony's just really they're all good. They're a great group.
Tony P?
Except when they're making fun of me.
This group's
Tony
the
P?
best group. this is the best group. I go NBA, basketball, best group. The chemistry in this group is like no other. There you go. That's my answer.
My 9-year-old loves this one. Pippi's always like, when's the basketball one start? So that's pretty cool.
Dave, what are your thoughts on that?
Football, because that's my sport.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Fair enough.
Makes sense.
Topher, yours?
It's obviously between this and the football, but my personal one, my favorite one to watch is the baseball, believe it or not. Like, I really enjoy the baseball pod. Like, I got a kick out of that one. And I don't think, like, I missed the members group this past week, unfortunately. I will go back and watch it, but I never missed a minute of the baseball. Like, I've always looked forward. I loved Mike and Lewis going at it. Paul and them just all together. It's a good, and then obviously the host brings it all around, full circle. It's a good time.
There are 3 really good rivalries.
Yeah, it's great, man.
In that crew.
And you guys, it
makes
know
for good talk.
Listen, and you guys know baseball. Like, I didn't care. Like, I really, it's not my favorite. I like baseball. I had a time with my wife where we really cared when the Red Sox were finally good and winning again. But I gave up on baseball for years, and the pod makes me care about baseball. So, like, you guys are
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I mean, it really yeah.
I was in the same boat. I mean, if the Red Sox aren't winning, I'm not watching. But now you got me all
I could care less. And it was fun, and I had a lot of fun messing with
Matt
Lewis
was on
and
the
Greg.
Grimace train.
I was on the Grimace train, man. I'm honestly, it fits me to root for the Mets anyway with the pod. So, like, I'll be rooting for the Mets this year. So,
awesome.
Let's go.
I mean, I hate
All right,
Mets. They
let's see.
killed my team this year.
They did. They ripped their guts out. That was funny.
Ripped their guts out.
Ripped their guts out. That was bad. Let's see. Dave.
Yo.
Who would you like to see be and again, none of these people have expressed any interest, mind you. This is me. Who would you like to see host the next round of shows? You have Topher, Randy, Paul, and Rick Ramone.
I think I go Paul. Paul.
Yeah, me too.
I cannot wait to co-host this new show coming up with Paul.
If you guys aren't wearing tuxedos, I'm going to be pissed.
It's going to be a good one. What is it, Step Brothers?
That's what the person. Hey, little lady. Dude, that would be great. Listen, I would Rick Ramone would be a killer host, but yeah, Paul is going to be, even the other night when you froze last night, he just picked right up. He flowed, man. That was good.
Yep. Topher, you ever watch Sopranos?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how like everybody loved the dynamic between Chrissy and Paulie?
Yeah.
That episode in the Pine Barrens was the best.
All right, so if you were going to do a Pine Barrens episode, which of these 2 would you pick? You have Mike and Lewis, Paul and Randy, and Tony P and Cody.
Mike and Lewis.
Yeah.
It would have to be Mike and Lewis.
They would be fighting the whole time.
Fighting over a packet of mustard.
That was easy. That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you guys can be biased, Tony and Mike, if you want, but
yeah.
Listen, out of all I met probably over half of you guys when I came to Philly. Out of all the people I would definitely love to meet in person the most, Cody's definitely on the top of my list of have a good time with, have a fun night. Like, never met this guy before. We're rolling, like, so.
Yep. Yeah,
I'm dying to meet Cody.
It's kind of how I felt meeting you guys for the first time. But yeah, Cody instantly, like when I play him in Madden, like you guys, Mike, you couldn't hear us talking. You could hear him laughing.
I could hear Cody. I can't hear you when I plugged in.
But our conversation is amazing, and we're laughing, and he's laughing. It's cool, man. Like he's a real one, man. Absolutely.
And also with Cody, I can reminisce about the greatest sports game of my life. Like I can always go back.
Yeah,
to that.
That was great the other night when you were getting on him and Kyle. I did see that.
Well, Kyle won a Super Bowl 2 days later, so he kind of got me back on that one.
Yeah, he's feeling pretty good.
Tony P?
Yes,
Tony P? If we were going to name the podcast, the rotating members, whatever you want to call it, You got to pick one of these four. You don't have, but hey, if you're going to pick a new title, which would it be? You have the Four Horsemen.
Solid.
You're my Kentucky boy, Blue. Smory and the Smapes. Or Patty Cake's Takes.
I mean, I gotta love Smorty and the Snakes. Gotta love that choice. And I think me and you are the only one who are gonna understand that, but that's definitely that podcast to a T right there. But
In
it
fact,
was definitely the misfits of the podcast coming together in one.
Mm-hmm. We got to come up with it. We got to rebrand it, though. I'm saying because obviously we got something there. We just got to. We don't know, but nobody knows what to call it. We are, including myself, who hosted it. That's bad. Yikes. Anyways, moving on. Two more, ladies and gentlemen. I know you cannot wait to get to the end. Dave, the Makes You Laugh the Most award. We have Tony P. We have Cody. We have Paul. And we have Michael.
I'm going back to Paul. Paul, he gets me a few times every episode.
He does.
Dude, he'd be killing Randy.
That's probably my favorite part.
The in between too, like before we start and then in the break, it's all the time. It's great. He'd be killing me.
Do they know each other? Do they?
They never. They do. They met each other in person once, but yeah, they know. I think the first thing he ever said to him was, "Wow, you're not as big in person," or something like.
God, wild.
Yeah, like the first thing he ever said to him. Pretty cool.
All right, and Mike. Last but not least, I mean, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, you've hosted everything. You've been on everything. You're hosting the champions
Soldier.
thing.
Iron
every
Man.
Time,
he's like the Michael Bridges.
I did 3 episodes a couple weeks ago, and I thought I'm still losing the mic as far as resumes go. So with that said, he's the only man outside of our content manager who can answer this question truthfully. Mike, MVP, you got the 4 champs. You got Topher, you got Matt, you got Lewis, you got Greg. Who are you going with?
I gotta give it to Topher.
Oh!
He's an OG. He's an OG from day one. He not just an OG, but like the reason why this whole thing started. He was the first person that bantered. At my wedding, I wasn't there, but there was apparently an argument about Daniel Jones, and that spun out of control and spurred Steve into thinking about this whole thing. And, so this probably all started because of Topher, and you've been a big part of recruiting people and trying to build things, and definitely my MVP. Easy.
Oh man, that actually means a lot. That does, because this means a lot. You guys mean a lot. The pod means a lot. Like if you ask any of my friends outside of here, Steven runs into Jimmy. He's like, man, he talks about it everywhere he goes when we're on the road. Like he's always networking. Jimmy always says that. That boy's networking. Yep. Yeah, I love you guys, Chris. And I love it. And I appreciate
push this pod every chance you get, and it's awesome.
Yep. I mean, that meant a lot. I appreciate that.
Your teams still suck, but
yeah, Giants suck.
If your team had won the Super Bowl, and I said it to Greg last night when he was talking about everybody yelling "Go Birds," I said, "How many people would you give one of business cards to?" Chris, you would have handed out 100 business cards if you were in New York after 100%. The Giants won the Super Bowl.
100%. Damn right. I'd have been throwing them bitches everywhere.
Like Steven, order me another box.
Yep.
That's awesome. My MVP moment for you was when you broke was that a Barkley action figure that you snapped in half?
It was one of them Funko.
Oh my God, that was great. That was funny.
You texted me, yeah. Well, he didn't get 100 yards. It might have helped. He still got a Super Bowl.
That concludes our award show, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to all the winners. To everyone that lost, come back.
Classic show. Have not won one award on this podcast yet. Let's go.
Tony, we couldn't do this without you.
Maybe season 4 I'll win something.
Nah.
Hey, Tony, I'm still waiting for something around here.
When are we doing? When are we making picks for who's going to win the championship? I need, when are we doing this year?
None of that matters. You can't win, so who cares?
Tony, am I still welcome to the draft? Yeah, I got to go see who we're drafting. My heart was set to go to Canton. I'm not going to Canton now, so I might as well. Next best thing, I'm not going to go see Eli. I'll come see you. I got to go see
Tony.
20 minutes away.
Tony, did you see what our content manager nominated you for?
Ooh, most improved. All right.
Most improved player.
Go.
Look at you. You got your internet
One F-bomb
fixed. You
tonight.
got your curse words down this year, even though we
Yes.
fumbled one time tonight. But most
we
improved, I
gotta
think,
slip
is
before we fall.
you haven't even been in the freezer yet this season.
Wow. No cryo
So
or anything this year. Good for you.
Oh, that's right. He did have to do a podcast in his freezer
Dude,
because
remember, and his freezer was on the ground. I was like, what are you doing on the ground? He was like down here. Hey, my favorite was the picture in the snow a couple hours later, though. I love that picture. We're all cheesed up doing snow angels.
Yeah.
That
You're the
ended up
man,
on a
Tony
watch
P.
list.
You're the man.
Well, thank you.
You are the award. You're our award for doing this.
we all
Oh
are
man, we'll
winners.
just get a statue like a Dundee or whatever. That'd be shoot.
All right, let's end on that. Let's end on that perfect note. Let's build a statue.
We're gonna hand out
What a great way. Let's end on that note.
That's definitely the dumb shit.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we did.
You guys are awesome.
All right. Well, another good one. Remember to like, subscribe, and reach out if you want to be a part of it. And until next week, we'll see you.
All right. See you next week. Go Knicks.
You boys.